Hello there, this is Jayson. That's my name. Obviously, some people may know me. My first video, so bear with me. Could be choppy. I don't really want feedback or anything, but it says in the description I'm going to be showing you how to make our lovely aged paper. If you can see the texture on that, there you go. See, it's been wrinkled and yellowed. Some people already know how to make the yellowing effect of aged paper. Bear with me though. This is webcam, poor quality. Poor sound quality too, video quality, etc., etc. Anyway. Some people already know how to make paper yellowed. Um, that's pretty not hard to figure out anyway. Some people use green tea. I prefer coffee because green tea can become very expensive and it takes a lot longer to make enough green tea to actually do this, and it takes a lot longer to sit and soak your paper in to actually make it so it yellows properly and yellows dark enough to make a decent look to it. So, like I say, don't recommend green tea. Recommend coffee. Usually, when you do this, you want to mix your coffee a lot stronger than when you would actually drink it. Usually, drink it. Try to most likely double it, triple it, maybe. That's you're gonna kind of have to experience and experiment on your own with that. I can't really tell you exactly because different coffee makers do it differently, etc., etc. It'd be nice to have a coffee maker that makes 12 cups of coffee one time. Right now I got 12 cups in this dish, but can't see the dish yet. I'll be showing you the dish here in a second. Things you're going to need will be, hold on here. You will need very straightforward, easy things to get. Nothing fancy. A dish, so you can put your coffee in, and paper. I think it's 8.5 by 11 dimensions. Just normal white printing paper is what you need. Also, you'll need a towel. I would highly suggest and recommend a brown or black towel. White towel, not a great idea. You can kind of use your common sense, figure that one out why. Stains. Because what we're going to be using the towel for is so you don't spill your coffee all over, for one. Two, lay it down for the beginning of the drying process. Paper towels for cleaning up mess and dabbing purposes. Should get to that later. Another thing is if you're going to be just making a journal and not making a hardcover book, I suggest grabbing scrapbooking paper as well. It's thicker, especially if you double up. Makes it really thick. And ages decently too. I like how it ages better than your standard paper, printer paper. It gets this. You can't really see it or anything on the camera because it's poor quality, but you get this kind of a different texture to it, and it looks really old, and it's got a really good weird feel to it. It's not smooth anymore after you age it, so it gets that really cool effect. And the reason why I suggest grabbing 4 sheets of those, double them up after you've aged them, obviously, and you want to double them to make a back and a cover for say, as an example. This won't really actually work. You're gonna have to squish this shit more, but I haven't done any squishing to it much anyway. That paper. Do that, and you can bind it with string or whatever, and then put a back onto it, and then you got your own journal. If you leave it fluffy and don't do squishing techniques, it will definitely be really, 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 really hard to make a journal out of it without a hardcover. It'll be too fluffy. And yeah, just get to the making it part. Okay, so as you can see, got my coffee. Already started soaking it because it takes about anywhere from 15 minutes to half an hour. Depends how dark you want your aged look to be on your paper, or how strong your coffee is too. Makes a big difference. If you want it yellowed, you don't want like, you gotta have patience for this. It's gonna take time. Could take you all day to make quite a few sheets. I got 50 sheets sitting over there right now, or 39, can't remember. 39, right. And the more coffee you put in your dish, the bigger dish you got, the better, because then you can shove about 15 or so papers in there. I think I only got 4 or 5 in here today, but when you do this, you want to take your paper out. I'm not gonna show, well, I could show you after I'm done taking these ones out how to put it in, but you want to be very, very careful, because as you can see, my first video was better because I actually ripped the paper, but it's very delicate. It's, see, rip that shit. It's wet, and wet paper is worse than wet paper towels. There's no chemicals really holding it together anymore because your coffee and liquid have weakened that chemical that holds it together. So when you do this, you want to kind of take your paper towel now. This is where the paper towel comes in. When you have it laying down your shower towel, or whatever you want to call it, you want to dab the main excess coffee off, just due to the fact that, well, you want to kind of loop dry. Don't do the wipe thing I just did, because wiping, you don't want to do that usually, because if you do that, there's a chance of ripping it. With all your hard work, it's a pain in the ass when you rip them and you can't use them again. So that one's still a little bit damp to do it with, but here, you can kind of see this one's starting to dry a bit. So I'm going to have to texturize it. And texturizing is actually going to maybe shock you guys, how I made the ripple effect, but it's not it's not too hard to do. You just got to be very careful. It's actually fun doing this part, because you just gotta squish it, crunch it, roll it up, ball that shit up, roll it around. When you're done, carefully, very carefully, pull it apart. Try not to rip it. Always sucks when you rip your paper. Like that. There's a hole in there now. But anyway. I don't know if you can kind of see that texturize on there, but you see it's all rippled and stuff. Then you want to take, like I said before, area to let it dry. Set it out, let it dry a little bit. A fan is not necessary, but it does speed up the drying process, as long as you don't aim it right towards the paper and have it on high, because of course it's going to eventually start blowing the paper around. But after you've gotten your paper texturized and it's curing and it's not totally dry, but somewhat dry, as soon as it starts to get to that stage where you're not sure if it's dry and it is or isn't dry, take a stack of books or box of books, set it on top, squish it. If you don't squish it, it gets fluffier than that. That's going to be squished again. But anyway, you don't have to squish it, but I suggest you squish it. And to obviously get the burnt effect this one's got, you are definitely going to want to do it over a sink if you're doing it inside. Take a lighter, candle, whatever. Burn the edges. Try not to burn it right through, or like the whole page on fire. So I suggest do it over a sink, because it gets dangerous. But yeah. Another reason why I want to make this video is, like I say, it's simplistic, easy. Some people wonder how to make aged paper. Now you get a basic idea. Like I said, it's really straightforward. Don't really need step by step. Just need the ingredients and dip, go, whatever. Just for those people who are idiots and like to have, well, not really idiots, but they just like to have step-by-step instructions. Here's your beginning instruction on how to dip the paper in. You dip the paper in by dipping the paper in. Sometimes you might have to go one side and then flip it over and stick the other side in there. And that one was a fail, but push her down. Get your air bubbles out. Done. You didn't see that. Just be careful that you don't rip it. That's the biggest thing. And don't wear white t-shirts if you're a messy person, because you will stain them. As you can see, I'm stained mine. But yeah. So, like I said before, very straightforward, very basic. You don't really need step-by-step instructions, but I did give you a little bit of instructions. Like I say, with the video quality, it doesn't look that great. It doesn't show you exactly how it's supposed to look, but gives you a basic idea. And like I say, it's cheap, simple, easy. Just takes a little bit of time. Try it. Experiment with it. Give me feedback if you want to on other ways of doing it and better ways of doing it, maybe quicker ways. But like I say, the bigger tray you got, darker the coffee, like stronger the coffee it is, quicker it'll go. You can age them a lot faster and you can age a lot more. Like I said, last night, well not last night, but yesterday, I had, how many was it? I think it was 15 to 20 sheets of paper in there at once. So it was quite fast production. I actually ended up not having enough room to set it all out. I had to slow down on how many sheets I shoved in the coffee because I said I didn't have enough room. So, but that's your basic idea of how to do this. Okay, hold up here. And if you guys want more videos, better quality videos, I can upgrade. Maybe a laptop webcam. The laptop's sitting over there, but this one was just easier because I can move it around and I don't have to screw around a laptop. Sorry about the poor video quality once again, and the volume. You might have to turn up your speakers, but anyway. And the video was mainly shooting for those people who decided to replicate like the Hocus Pocus book or the Charmed Book of Shadows from the series Charmed. I saw one video of a girl who did replicate that and it looked pretty good actually. She did a really good job on it. Just like I say, she did pulled the no-no. White paper, printed paper, no-no. You wanna? I just thought that was really kind of ruining of the book when she didn't. She just used normal paper. I would personally use the aged paper. That's why I thought, okay, some people don't know how to make the aged paper. We'll show them. And now you know how to make aged paper. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Show other people if you wish. I don't care. It's not copyrighted. Have fun with it.